Hello, it's Sally here from Dotty Bee. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be working on my fabric journal. So I'm going to be working on a page that I started in the last video. I've now stitched this. I've left my wonky feather stitching, thought it's okay. I quite like that it's wonky. I'm not bothered about that at all. I've done a little bit more. I think I did the running stitch with you last time. I've also added some herringbone stitch, some blanket stitch here and some more running stitch. So that's now my page that I can work on. I've been having to think of what to do, and I have decided to do a daisy-like flower. So it's going to be green leaves, and then I'm going to do whitish, creamish petals, and then an orangey yellow centre. I might do some beading, maybe some French knots to fill in the centres. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to do a little bit of applique and then overstitch it with different stitches to create some texture. So that's my drawing. I did have a couple of attempts, but this is the one that I'm happy with. So this is the one that I'm going to be doing. So I just cut out a piece of paper the same size as my page, so that I could make sure it did fit the page. So first thing I'm going to do is cut out my leaves. I could trace it, but I have actually scanned this sheet, so I can always access it again and print it out. But I'm going to be cutting this one up. It just saves time. I don't have to worry about tracing it. So cutting out my leaves first of all. There's going to be 4 leaves. I'm going to do them in layering different fabrics, all greens, but different patterns to create some texture. Hopefully I'm going to create some texture. Right, I'm just going to number these leaves up just so that I know which ones are which. So 1, 2, 3, and I know which way round they are as well. 4, so to do that. So let's take this one off as well. You don't have to be precise. That's a little bit like that. And number 3. There we go. So I'm going to put the flowers to one side for now while I concentrate on the leaves. So there are my leaves. They actually look better spread out, actually, don't they? I think I might leave them like that and spread out a little bit. Yeah, I like them like that rather than they were when I drew them they were closed up, but I quite like them spread out a little bit. Right, so need to decide what colours I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with a dark base and then work my way up to lighter colours. So I've gone through my let's just take that page out of the way as well. I've gone through my fabric stash and picked out some greens that I like, mixture of light and dark. So this will be one of the top colours along with possibly these here. So I'm going to put those to one side for now. That is a darker. So I've got a dark there. This one is a mid, so I'm going to pop that with those for now. And these are my darker ones. So this is what I'm going to start with. So let me think. I do quite like this to give me a good base. So I think I'm going to do them all roughly the same. As they're getting lighter, I may change the position of the fabrics just to give a little bit of variation. But I think to start with, I'm going to cut all of my leaves out in this colour, this dark colour. So let's just move the others out of the way and pop my leaves on. I'm just going to grab my sharp scissors. I'm not going to draw the leaves out. Again, we're just going to pop the template onto it, cut out a rough shape, and then I'm just going to roughly cut round it. You can always trace round if you want to, but I'm not going to be, I'm going to regret saying that now. I'm not going to be too precise, just as long as it is the general leaf shape that I've got. Oops. Okay, so that's number one. Oh, I've just had a thought. I've done it the wrong way round, because when we turn that the right way round, that's not going to be number one, that's going to be number two, isn't it? I need to make sure, yeah, because I've not traced it, they're not reverse. So I need to use this, the side that we're going to show as the front of the template. Right, sorry about that. I'm going to use that one for number two because number two is a little bit smaller and it does actually fit on. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, that's not too bad. So that's number two. So let's keep that number two with number two, and let's try again with number one. So cut out another little piece. And we'll try number one again. There we go. That's not right, is it? Oh no, hang on, it's upside down. That's right. Okay, because I'm getting confused with my number one upside down or not. Let's if I just do that, then I know that that's the right way around. Okay, number three. Okay, that's number three. And finally number four. Right, let's see. Let me just move this fabric out of the way. Pop it there. Right, oops, Daisy. Everything right. Let's see how those are looking. Let's grab our page. So there. So that's the beginnings of the leaves. Okay. Yep. Lovely. Right, I'm pleased with those. Okay, so I'm going to start layering the fabrics up. So I'm going to start with this fabric here, and what I might do is I'm going to use my template, and where you've got the vein, so I've just roughly drew these in as I was doing them, but I will use them. So I'm going to just okay. So I'm going to cut these in half. This is where it starts to get a little bit more fiddlier. So I'm just going to choose the bottom, I'm going to choose the bottom half of each leaf. There, so they're the bottom halves of the leaves. I'm going to use this fabric here. So again, making sure that the face of the fabric, the side you're using, is the side that's facing you. If you're tracing a pattern, you'll need to do it that way, because then you'll need to reverse it. But because I'm using the templates like these, I don't need to reverse them, because that is the side that's going to be showing on my work, if that makes sense. What I might do is I might just pin these on, just because they are starting to get a little bit fiddly now. Again, you don't need to be absolutely precise, just as long as it is the general leaf shape, it will be fine. So number 2. Okay, number 2, number 3. Number 3, and finally number 4. Righty-ho, so put that one out of the way. What we do then, so number 1, have I? Right, yes, there you go. I think that's right. Number 2. Goes there. That's number 4. Down there. And number 3 goes there. So you can see already that it is bringing the leaves, this is bringing the leaves to life. It just the texture, just how you've got your vein going there, so it's kind of although you haven't put your vein in yet, you know, it's giving the impression that there's something there. So yeah, that's coming on nicely. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now is start moving up to the lighter colours. So I've got this here, which is lovely, but it is quite a thin fabric. It's quite a lot of pieces here. Right, it is quite a thin fabric, but I don't know how it's going to sew. It may fray too much to sew. It seems okay actually. I'll give it a go. All right. So again, I'm going to, I wonder if I can do this freehand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a strip. The length of the leaf, and then just I'm making the vein, if you like. So, or just the underside of the vein. I'm probably not going to do this. I might have to use the templates actually. I don't think I've done this right. No, let's use the templates. That was a bit silly. Let's start again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the templates that I've just used. I'm going to use again because if I cut them any smaller, they're going to get really, really fiddly. So I'm going to use them again, and then I can trim them once I've cut them this size. So let's start again. So I've got number 1. I'm going to pin these on again because it is a bit of a slippery fabric, this is. But it's such a pretty pattern, and it's really delicate. If I can sew it on, then it's going to look lovely. Again, just as long as I get the general shape of the leaf, what I'll do, rather than do all of them, I'll show you on one now. I'll start just working on the one. So before I go any further, I'm really happy with that. So that I'm good with that. I'm going to start actually gluing my pieces down, just so that once I'm happy with it, I don't have to keep rearranging them. So all I'm using is a glue stick. It's just like a paper glue stick. I usually use like a Pritt stick, which is that one there, or I've got a Yoo-Hoo as well that I use. This one I just got from the local shop. This is Elmer's, but it's whatever you can get your hands on. They're just for paper glue really, but they're just handy just to dab a little bit on your fabric, and it just holds it in place, but it doesn't interfere with your sewing. It's not thick. It's not too thick that you know. It really is just to get your fabric attached to your base fabric and stop it from moving. And it just means that you don't have to pin everything. Oops. Go into that corner. Down into that corner. Okay, so that's those done. I didn't number these, did I? I'm going to have to, right, that's number 3, I think. Yep, so that's that one in place. Oh, that's a bit silly of me, wasn't it, not to, I think that one goes there. Yep. And now this one is that one? I think so. Yep, that's that one. Okay, so this one must be, let's get it the right way around. It's not right, is it? Is it that way? No. It's that way. Okay. Right. Okay, so we've got those leaves on. Right, I'm just going to work on one leaf for now. So this was number 1. So, oh, right, so that's the same, roughly the same size as this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into it and almost halve the fattest piece and then come back out. Okay, so this is going under the vein, or it's going to be the vein, so like that. It's just a little bit too long. Just cut a tiny bit off and glue that on. Right. There. Could probably use a little bit more glue, but that's fine. There. Okay. So now we've done that piece. Right. So I'm thinking one more piece, and it's kind of going to be a highlight. So that's going to be on the top part. Now I've got that. I've got that. Or I've got that. Now, what do we use? Do we use a plain or a pattern? I don't want that one. I think it's either that one or that one. I'm going to just try a little bit of plain to start with. I've got oodles of this, so if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. So I'm looking for the top part of my one, which is there. And all I want is the shape. I'm not using all of the template. I just want the kind of rough shape of the top of the leaf. So I've got the rough shape of the top of the leaf, and then I'm just going to shape it. Kind of like that. So that's going to go on top. I just like it. I think I like it just like that. I don't know whether I need another piece. I don't know. It's not right there. I think I'm just going to use 3 pieces of fabric. I don't like it. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't wonder if it can I go, no. I think no, I'm going to just use 3 colours, I think, 3 patterns. If I need to, I can always add more. but I'm going to go with that. I think that's enough. Right, okay, so let's get some threads. So we're looking for some green threads. I have got different types. I've got a wool, I've got a dark wool. What else have I got? Oh, I've got a perlé. I've got some, right. Okay, so I'm going to use some different threads. Do I use a thicker wool thread to stitch down the seam? Yes, that looks quite good. I may even couch it actually. I think I'm going to couch the vein, the middle vein. So let's get a needle big enough for my, right, let's pull one of those out first of all. Okay. So right. Probably need to knot it. Might be an idea. So I'm going to knot it at the start, sorry, come up through the start here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be laying that down and using another thread to couch over the top of it. So I think I'm going to use this. It's this is a perlé. It's a Coats one, and it says 50. I don't know what so I don't know what that means, but must be the width, the thickness. So that's what I'm going to use for this. Let me get another needle. Let me just grab my pins and pop those away. And find another needle. What's that like? Yes, we'll have that one. I've got glue on my hands and my thread is sticking to my fingers and it's not going through the needle, the eye of the needle. Let's try one more time with this, otherwise we'll get a bigger eye. Oh, it did go through then. So I've got sticky hands now. It's sticking to my hands. Let's try one more time. There we go. Right, so let's couch the this thread down. So we're just going over the wool with a contrasting thread. Following along the line of the fabric that we've laid down. So yeah, that's good. I like the effect that that's having. Oh. So I'm just going to go down there. I'm also going to grab the needle that's got my wool on it and send that through to the back as well. Okay, so there we have the vein. Let me just stand up so I can make sure that you can see this. Yep, there you go. I've got the vein all couched down now. Okay, so I'm just going to finish these off. There. So that's the first bit done. And now what I'm going to do is, with the same thread, not the wool, the perlé thread, down this seam here, I'm going to do some more feather stitch, I think. I'm going to try anyway, so let's see if I can be a little bit more daintier and see how we get on. So you can hear little footsteps. That's Maggie dog just come in to see what's going on, being nosy. And she's off. Gonna have a sniff around the house, see what else she can find. I'm trying to do these quite small this time. I perhaps should have practiced. I think they're doing okay. Should have perhaps had a practice with them before. Yeah, that's okay. So what you're doing is you're going down the seam and you're kind of joining the seam, this seam onto this piece of fabric. You can do any stitches really. You could do cross stitch, you could do fly stitch, you could do herringbone stitch, just something to, you could just do just a plain running stitch if you wanted to, just something to make sure that everything is attached down. It just gives a little bit more interest to the leaf. I've just noticed there are a couple of places that have not caught this side. Can you see how it's coming away? So I'll need to do something with that. But it all adds to the texture of the leaf. All the different stitches that you could do on them. So I'm going down. I don't know if you can see how this comes out quite a little bit, but that's fine. All we need to do is just carry on. And one more. It hasn't quite got that little end bit, so I'm just going to do one more stitch as I go in there. Okay, so let's finish this off. Okay, so I'm going to change threads. Let's leave that in there. Just I'm going to do a little bit of a brighter. What do we do? Darker. Let's try with the wool. Let's have a go at this and just go around the edge. Right, needle. Let's use this one. Oops, I've got myself a knot. There we go. Right, so yeah, if you don't fancy doing fancy stitches and you just want to do something plain, then you can just do an overcast stitch, which is what I'm going to do on this one here. And the leaves that, all of the leaves can have different stitches on them. Do blanket stitch as well round the edge. That would look quite good. I hope you're all well today. It's a beautiful day here in part of the country I'm in Leicestershire, the UK. It's lovely and sunny. We had a day full of rain yesterday. It didn't stop. So the ground is sodden. But the sun's come out today to say hello, which is nice. Been out this morning to a flea market to see what we could get. We've got a few goodies, got some nice pictures. Right, whoops, which one we were on? Okay, so just an overcast stitch, just a really basic stitch which ties that down, which is great, that looks good. So let's tie this one off. Okay, so we've got this line here to do, this one here, and I'm also going to do something there as well because that is not secured. So what I might do is just do I don't want to do too much because of the couched thread. I'm just going to do a little overcast stitch. I think I'm going to use some of this. It's virtually the same as the wool colour. So I'm going to do some running stitches. This is just it's Anchor. This one is a 6-strand cotton. and I'm just going to use one strand. So I'm coming up there and I'm just as near to the edge as I can. I'm just going to do a running stitch just to catch the fabric. It's not having it. And to carry on to the end. Doesn't matter if you go over other stitches. Okay, I think, yeah, I quite like that. I'm going to go back again. So just, it's kind of into the middle. Okay. So let me just show you what I've done. Okay, so some running stitches. It's upside down actually, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, happy with that. And then I think I'm going to do this one here. I think I might stay in the same thread. So here. And I'm just going to go an overcast stitch again. I'm not doing it very even, I'm just going to go along. It's kind of higgledy-piggledy, but that's kind of like the look I want. So it's definitely not all even stitching. You don't need to be worried about your stitching at all. Just all you need to do is attach the fabric, and sometimes the messier the stitches, the better it looks. So I'm just going to go across like that, and then I'm just going to go and do some random stitching down. First I've got a knot, no, it's fine. Okay, so some more running stitches. This is all just to give it a little bit of interest and a little bit of texture. And again. I don't want to make them uniform at all. I don't want them lying in the same positions. I want them all higgledy-piggledy. I mean, they are running in the same direction, but they're not the same length, and they're not running along the same width as each other. It's just a higgledy-piggledy running stitch. But I think it just adds to the overall texture. And what would look good also is a seed stitch, where you really are just going all over the place with those. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Okay, let's finish that off, and then I think we've just got one more section to do. Yeah, so just this bit here, that's right, isn't it? Yes. So, what colour shall we have for that? Thinking what other colours I've got. I've got dark, no, it's not quite the same tone. I've got this. Oh, this is one of my favourite threads. It's a Silco, it's an old one. And when I got it, it was actually covered in cellophane. It hadn't been used, and I just love the colour. Look at that. That's going to look fab. So I try to use this colour whenever I can in everything that I do. I just love the colour. Not quite a yellow, not quite a green. Kind of bit in between. What is it? What shade? Oh, shade D328. It hasn't really got a name. Number 36. I don't know, but yeah, it's lovely. It's nice to sew with as well. I can thread it, of course. There we go. Right. So, should we do a seed stitch? I think I'll do. I'm going to do a seed stitch with this. So, just tiny stitches, wherever and however you like. I'm trying to get through there. I love doing this. I'm going a little bit faster than I would normally go when I'm just on my own, and obviously because it is slow stitch, so usually I would be going at a slower pace, just enjoying myself. Thread, needle through fabric, needle and thread through fabric. So I just love this stitch when you've got so much time on your hands, and it's just so relaxing. And that, you can just enjoy the process of sewing. Love it. Yeah, this is coming on nicely. I like this. This colour just brings a splash of brightness to the leaf. So just going all the way along, taking your time, enjoying the process and creating something that you're going to treasure for years and years. Or if you give away to a friend, family member, they're going to treasure for a long time as well. Right, I'm going to leave it there. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to finish that off, and I'm going to finish off the other leaves in the same way that I've done this one. And so next time I'm going to start on placing the flowers. So I hope you'll join me next time anyway. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Okay, bye bye.